is Johnny with TigerBomb MMA, and today I'll be going over UFC Fight Night, Dos Anjos versus Fiziev, going over the entire card, giving you my thoughts and predictions. I'm on vacation, so it's going to be a really short video. As you can tell, I'm in California. Look like a douchebag, but going to the Dodger game today, and it's 4th of July, so I'm going to make it very quick and give you just my general thoughts. As for the previous fight card, the Izzy versus Cannonier went 6-4. I took some shots on some underdogs and some favorites that just didn't pan out. Jessica Rose Clark really fucking let me down. Although I did take a shot on Jalija by submission in the first round, which got me some money. Overall, my prediction was Jessica Rose Clark. So that pisses me off that she. Well, I guess overall I got my money, but it's like, come on, man, you're better than that. Don't get caught with the same technique twice by Europeans. And the one that really disappointed me, but not really, was Robbie Lawler. Like, he was looking good, and then he fucking does the same shit. Like, dude, throw your fucking hands. And he got caught, but Barberena's a fucking dog. He made it dirty, and it's just crazy how, like, although Robbie Lawler's more skilled, and I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. I know I got a lot of shit in the comments, but I still believed in Robbie Lawler, but at this point, Robbie Lawler should fucking retire. Like, if you're getting your ass beat by guys like Brian Barberena, who's more of a brawler with, like, crazy output, it's time to hang him up. Cowboy did it. Who else did it? Jessica I did it. Kind of crazy that both of those kind of vets retired on the same night. But yeah, let's get started with this particular card. Interesting bout. I'm excited to actually watch it. But the first fight of the night, bantamweight, Ronnie Lawrence versus Sayukab Kakramanov. And currently the odds have it in favor of Ronnie Lawrence. -125. Come back on Kakramanov is a +105. For me, they're both good grapplers, right? Ronnie Lawrence is a longer guy. I do think he has a chin problem. I don't think Sayukab is going to crack him or anything. It's going to come down to cardio and the fact that Ronnie Lawrence actively goes for a shit ton of takedowns, actively goes for any sort of grappling, and he throws leg kicks long from the outside. I think he's going to outpoint and decision Sayukab. So I got Ronnie Lawrence by decision. I got to jump on this line quick, -125. Is there a chance Kakramanov knocks him out or clips him? I doubt it. I really think it's going to be primarily a clinching battle, but the cardio of Lawrence is going to come into play. Next bout, we've got Kennedy and Nzechukwu versus Carl Roberson. Currently, the odds are really close, -115 for Nzechukwu. Come back on Robbie Lawrence. Carl Roberson. I'm thinking of Ronnie Lawrence, -105. This one's tough because we've said it before here at TigerBomb. Kennedy has got everything he possibly could need to be a fucking world beater, monster heel in the UFC, but he chooses to be a fucking moron sometimes. And he lost to Nick Negumereanu, which, although I picked Negumereanu at plus dog money, it shouldn't be going down like that. Like, I took the shot on Negumereanu because I'm like, yeah, Kennedy can make a dumb mistake, which he did, and it panned out, but it shouldn't be happening that way. He should have made me eat my fucking words, and it disappoints me because Kennedy, I like the kid. I think he's a good fighter. He just needs to, like, snap out of it. Like, he's got the Uriah Hall syndrome. Carl Roberson, he absolutely needs a win. If he spams leg kicks and avoids getting cracked, I think he can win this one. It's a lose-lose situation for really anyone taking either side because it might come down to a really close split decision. It might come down to a finish by Nzechukwu, who the fuck knows. But to me, I cannot trust Kennedy. Although he has the more... Oh, God, he's got a ridiculous reach on Carl Roberson. He's got 83 compared to the 74. It's just like, can you trust Kennedy and Nzechukwu? And that's the thing. Like, fuck it. I'm going to go with Kennedy. I think he bounces back. This one's really close. I was going to go with Carl initially, but, you know, Carl, I think he might be, I don't know. Like, I know he's fought some good guys, but I just don't think he's ever going to really make it click in the UFC. And I think Kennedy's going to be too big. And you know what? I don't think Carl's going to have the chin to really withstand any sort of wild punches from Kennedy. So I'll go with Kennedy by, like, maybe a fucking second round knockout. It's tough though because I'm prepared to have Kennedy let me down. So I'll go second round knockout for Kennedy. Next bout, Cody Brundage versus Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore, another guy who in his last fight, he was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, throw your hands. And I did pick, oh my God, Brian Battle to actually beat Tresean and put money on it. But, like, another thing. I'm like, dude, you've got the ability to win this fight, but you're just getting outpointed. He's got power. He's got pop in those punches, and I think he's good. I think he's a good fighter, and I expect him to look better in this case. Cody Brundage, on the other hand, I think he's an opportunist. He fought Dalcha, and he was getting his ass beat by Dalcha, but Dalcha made a stupid mistake, got caught in that guillotine. I really doubt that'll happen here with Trayshawn Gore. The odds are really close, -115 for Gore, -105 for Brundage. I'll go with Trayshawn Gore. I think he bounces back after, the output that Brian Battle put on him was perfect, like a perfect style to kind of stifle Trayshawn. I don't think Brundage is going to do anything like that. He's going to try to grapple, and I think Trayshawn's takedown defense is pretty solid. He's a strong guy. He's going to let his hands go. If he lets his hands go, I predict the second round knockout. So I'll go second round knockout by Trayshawn Gore. Next bout, this one sucks ass. Antonina Shevchenko versus Courtney Casey. I'm going to go with Shevchenko regardless of the odds. They're -175. Ugh. Comeback on Courtney Casey is a +145. Courtney Casey should be the better fighter, but she just has that horrible takedown defense, which is crazy because she is like dating or married to Drakkar Klose, and he's a grappler himself. Antonina, I think she's a better striker, and she's willing to mix it up with takedowns. I think her takedown defense is getting better. I think it's a really good fight for her to get back on track. As much as Courtney Casey should be the better fighter overall, right? She should be able to exploit the Shevchenko takedown defense and the shitty grappling. I do think that Shevchenko's finally like leveled up a bit to be able to beat a girl like Courtney Casey. So I've got Shevchenko by decision on this one. Horrible fight. Next bout, Ayman Zahabi versus Ricky Turcios. Currently, the odds have it in favor of Turcios, -190. Comeback on Zahabi is a +155. The only thing I really know about this fight is that Turcios is a dog. He's just so entertaining to watch. He's so wild in there. His grappling is fantastic. His striking is a bit unorthodox. Zahabi, though, we've seen that he has that power. He hadn't had a good time in the UFC until he actually knocked out Draco Rodriguez, but Draco's kind of a bust. I think he might be even out of the UFC. This one, I think it's going to come down to the scrambling ability of Ricky Turcios. I know Zahabi, I do think that Zahabi, after getting that knockout, might have that like, oh, I need to knock this motherfucker out. I don't think it's going to go down that way. I think Turcios has got a decent chin. He's been cracked before by, what's his face, the guy that Ronnie Lawrence just beat, Mana Martinez, got cracked by him, but I don't think Zahabi's going to have that kind of shot against Turcios. I think Turcios is going to make it really entertaining, but kind of really sloppy at the same time, like really fun to watch. But I've got Turcios by decision. I don't really think Turcios poses too much of a threat when it comes to like the knockout. Zahabi's been knocked out himself, but it'll be really fun. I think he's going to be like, say Zahabi goes for a takedown and Turcios reverses it. Like he just like whizzers him, gets on top. It's going to be a fun fight, I think. But I got Turcios by decision. Next bout, Cynthia Calvillo versus Nina Nunes. This one's like, God damn it, man. Both these ladies are unreliable. So Cynthia Calvillo, she's got the grappling behind her. Her boxing is so. And Nina Nunes, she's a good striker. Obviously, she's getting plowed by the featherweight champ. But can you trust either of them to put money on them? Hell no. Currently, Cynthia Calvillo -150. Comeback on Nina Nunes is a +125. For this one, shit, I don't know. I really don't know, because I think Nunes's takedown defense has gotten better and her striking is the better between the two. Calvillo's been getting her ass beat on the feet. Like if she can't get a takedown, she kind of struggles and she's drowning out there. So can you trust either girl? I'm going to say no. This one, I have zero logic behind it, but I'm going to go with Nina Nunes. I really do think that if she stuffs the takedown, she can actually hurt Calvillo. As long as Nina Nunes doesn't like give up easy takedowns, she should be able to win this fight. I think she's gotten better, but she had the kid, she's coming back, and she's fighting a very severely damaged Cynthia Calvillo. So I'm going to take a shot on the dog money and Nina Nunes, and hopefully she gets back on track. But for Calvillo, I don't know what to do with her really. Like, is she going to lose and go to bare knuckle boxing? I think that might be a play, but who knows? All right, moving on, we've got main card opener Michael Johnson versus Jamie Malarkey. Holy shit, Jamie Malarkey's a -240 favorite against the +200 Michael Johnson, and I think it's accurate. Michael Johnson, I know he got a spectacular knockout over Nuget, but he didn't look all that great. It was like when he got the knockout, like, holy shit, he's back. Like, Charles better be fucking running. But I think it's really Jamie's fight to lose. I've been joking around a lot that Jamie's fists are white supremacists. Like he's been knocking black dudes out a lot. And the last guy that he fought, he didn't take kindly to that, so he beat the shit out of him. So Jamie is going to have to bounce back and beat Michael Johnson here. Johnson really doesn't like pressure. His hands, like no matter what, no matter how dumb Michael Johnson could be in there, his hands are very educated. Like he throws multiple 1, 2, 3, 4s, and that fourth fucking punch lands and knocks you the fuck out. Jamie's got a good chin. He's going to really throw a lot of leg kicks, pressure Michael Johnson. I think he finishes him in the second round, if not even the first. Johnson, of course, has a chance, right? He's got that power. If he lands cleanly on Jamie, who's legendarily tough as fuck, but it doesn't really matter how hard you really hit him, it's how often you hit him. So if Michael Johnson really puts his combinations together, he can definitely beat the shit out of Jamie. But I just don't see him doing that. I think Michael just kind of gets stuck in his own head too much. He doesn't throw often sometimes if there's too much pressure. And I think Jamie, being a huge pressure fighter, is going to really fuck him up. So I'm going to say second round knockout, accumulative damage by Michael or Jamie Malarkey on Michael Johnson. Second round knockout against the cage, probably finishes him with a body shot or something. Next bout, holy shit, Jared Vanderaa versus Chase Sherman. I don't know how these two guys are in the fucking UFC, but this is literally a loser leaves town matchup. Jared Vanderaa is a minus 180, comeback on Chase Sherman is a plus 155. It's so fucking dumb because Jared Vanderaa should just get an easy takedown, finish Chase Sherman. Like, if anything, Jared Vanderaa is a big, strong dude. Take him down, finish him on the ground. But if Jared Vanderaa decides to want to strike with Chase Sherman, because I do think Chase Sherman, his striking's good, right? He's a pretty decent kickboxer, pretty big heavyweight himself. They're both like 6'3" or so, 6'4". Yeah, both 6'4". Jared Vanderaa got 2-inch reach advantage over him. Jared Vanderaa fucking tough. He's got like mongoloid toughness. It's fucking strange. Like he's unreliable. He's a disappointment sometimes, but the guy, he's legendarily tough. Like I've seen this guy take ass whoopings before. As for Chase Sherman, I think I don't want to say he gives up, but he gets in his head a lot, and he's willing to just like call it a day. I think Vanderaa is going to take this one, unfortunately for Chase Sherman. I like seeing Chase Sherman. If you put Chase Sherman up against guys his own level, he's fun to watch, man. He's fucking dudes up like Ike Villanueva and stuff like that. But in this particular case, Jared Vanderaa with his big block head, I think he's going to do the smart thing, get it to the ground, and finish Chase Sherman in the second round TKO. I think in the first round, he might try to like test his ego and try to like, strike with Chase, and then he eventually goes and shoots for a takedown and gets it. So second round TKO. Next bout, which is at middleweight, Jamie Pickett versus Dennis Tululin. I think, what's his name? Called him something. Kizraev called him like something Tululu bum, insinuating that he's gay or something. It was pretty funny. But Jamie Pickett is a minus 180 favorite compared to Dennis, who's at plus 155. Dennis has the knockout power. He can knock out almost anyone at middleweight. He throws fucking wild sometimes. Like he's going to connect, he's going to crack. Jamie Pickett, though, I've come to really respect what he's been doing. He's very athletic, but he doesn't put himself in too much danger when it comes to guys that are very dangerous, like Tululin. I think he's going to really hold him up against cage, use his athleticism, his strength, his huge reach, do the bare minimum. Pickett, I think, should win this fight. I probably will take a small shot on Dennis by knockout, though, but I'm going to go with Jamie Pickett by a decision, really. Like, the guy, he does what he needs to do, and as much as you may not like it, it's pretty decently effective now, especially with, like, certain level guys. There's not a huge threat other than the knockout from Tululin, but it's a pretty big fucking threat. So I'll take Tululin on, like, actual betting wise by knockout. I probably won't include any of these two on a parlay or anything like that. Next bout, hell of a fight. This is where I actually got really excited. It's Said Nurmagomedov versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. I've talked a lot about how much I respect De Silva. Really, he ruins your parlays in a spectacular way. He's a plus 200 against Said Nurmagomedov, who is a minus 250. I don't see him getting this win. I don't see that is Andrade getting this win. I think Said is too good. His kickboxing game on the outside is really good. His only loss in the UFC was against a prime Raoni Barcelos, and that was even a close fight. it's going to be fucking fun while it lasts. So that reach advantage he's going to have over the Andrade, that 2-inch reach advantage, 1 inch of height, he really makes himself longer than he really is. So I've got Said Nurmagomedov to actually knock out in the first round Douglas Da Silva de Andrade. As much as I love Da Silva, he cannot keep coming from behind. I don't think he's going to come from behind against Nurmagomedov. This Nurmagomedov, obviously not related to the Nurmagomedov, but he's pretty fucking good. So I'll go with him by a first round knockout. Next bout. This one's really tough for me because the perception of this fight at middleweight, Caio Baralho versus Armen Petrosian, the perception after that performance from Caio, I think I don't want to say he's overrated, but I get a feeling he might be a little overrated. He's a minus 190 compared to Petrosian, who's a plus 160. The Armenian has been training in Dagestan, training his wrestling, and he actually beat RoboCop. Which, do you think RoboCop's better than Caio? I don't fucking know. They have to fight at this point, but I like a lot from what I've seen from Caio, right? Like that Machida stance and shit, which is crazy because I just went to Machida's academy like a few weeks ago and kind of snooped around. Just side note, it was pretty fucking cool. I took a picture with his belt. It was fucking dope. And yeah, his wrestling's good. His striking's pretty good. Caio, that is. I like his total package, right? He's very confident in himself, but I don't know if I can trust him quite yet. Like I know he had a really good performance against another guy from the Contender Series in Godzi, but how good is Godzi, right? Like I predicted Godzi was going to just decision Caio barely, and this fucker beat the shit out of him. Caio beat the shit out of Godzi. Like really, Godzi couldn't do anything. Petrosian, though, we know he's a good kickboxer, good takedown defense. Is Caio going to be able to take him down and hold him there, or take his back and submit him? It's hard to say. Like at plus 160, Petrosian, like the idiot in me wants to take that shot, right? Like the logical bet for me, I know what Caio can do. I think he's a very smart guy. He's very intelligent. Got really good fight IQ. Fucking hair keeps going in my mouth. It's a tough one. I'm going to take a shot on Petrosian betting wise, but I think Caio actually wins this one. I think he finds a way. I think RoboCop tried to play the fucking the striking game too much, and I think if you were to perhaps take his back, Caio that is, and control Petrosian on the ground, I think you can beat him. I think you can submit him for sure. I think that's what Caio's going to do. I think he's going to be very smart about it. Like shoot for a takedown against Cage, take the back, maybe even jump on the back and just control for a bit, and then try to work from there. So I'll go with Caio by decision on this one, but Petrosian I think is fucking live. I for sure think he's live. I think he's at those odds, plus 160. I think he can win this fight for sure. And then we've got the main event, Rafael Dos Anjos versus Rafael Fiziev, the battle of the Rafaels. Currently, Fiziev is a minus 210 comeback on Dos Anjos, minus 175. As we saw, Dos Anjos beat the fucking shit out of Moicano. And that made you believe, like, oh my God, like Rafael Dos Anjos is a bad motherfucker, right? And I recall people thinking, nah, man, you got to take a shot on Moicano. Dos Anjos is washed up. He's not washed up, right? He's still very good. He's not Robbie Lawler washed up. But for Fiziev, I think he's on a different level right now. We saw what he did to Brad Riddell, and I know we just saw Jalen Turner finish Brad Riddell in the first round, but everything that Fiziev has been doing, I think he keeps getting better and better. I keep doubting his gas tank, and he proved that he's very composed and paced in there. Being that it's 5 rounds, you doubt that he can potentially go those 5 rounds, Fiziev that is. But I'm gonna go with him to actually get it inside the distance. I'm gonna go round number 3 TKO Fiziev. I think his grappling's gotten better, especially within the clinch. And I really don't think Dos Anjos, despite him being an excellent black belt in Muay Thai, right, under Cordero, I just don't think it's the same level, right? I think he's very capable. Like, this isn't like a Sean Strickland, I've been training with Glory Kickboxer so I can stand with any Glory Kickboxer in the world type of shit. I really do think that Dos Anjos is just as good on the feet as Fiziev, but I just think Fiziev is just a wee bit better when it comes to the overall package. And of course, the jiu-jitsu is going to go to Dos Anjos. I just think Fiziev right now, he's obviously been training fucking hard. That clinch game, man, like I started thinking like maybe take him down, but his clinch game is pretty damn good, and his takedown defense is getting really good. So I'll go with Fiziev round number 3 knockout. I just think that at this point, it's his time. He's only 29 years old, and although we haven't seen Dos Anjos knocked out in a long time. I think the last guy to knock him out was holy shit, Eddie Alvarez. That was years ago, right? Lost the title to him. I still think he's got a perfect punch right to the dome that knocks him out. I think that's going to be Fiziev's night tonight. So I'll go with Fiziev, round number 3 knockout. But yeah, those have been my predictions. I got to get ready to go to the Dodger game. Leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Talk shit on the comments as you always do, as I expect. But that's been Johnny from TigerBomb, and I will catch you at the next fight. And a little different today because I actually put money on Izzy to win by finish, and he just fucking stared at Cannonier. Fuck Goldberg and fuck Izzy. Good night.